Welcome to Gamergate 2 Daily Update, our news roundup, because, well, the thing doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. It's for me to return my daily updates of usual retarded stuff, but either way, here it is, an interesting thing. Niche gamer. While we do agree with the base sentiment of game companies overplaying their hands per se, unfortunately we can't cover this particular story, or more stories like it, without potentially getting punished by the PR firm hired by those same game companies who we have to rely on to get access to video games for review coverage purposes. Ranging from smaller devs to mid-size operations, to even AAA game companies and publishers alike, because a lot of those same PR people support the people who hold these similar views like what Elon is referring to here. We're already having significant issues and experiencing roadblocks regarding getting access to AAA titles, and because we have covered the Sweet Baby Inc. stories alone, it's quite unfortunate. That's a reply to a March 28th tweet from Elon Musk. It should not be acceptable for any company in the game industry to be racist and sexist against white guys. Yeah. That tells you a lot about what is going on with the industry right now. You cannot even considering covering the shenanigans that they are doing. They don't want you to see the crap that they are doing against a very big demographic, possibly one of the biggest demographics ever. Because they want to spread their narrative unimpeded. But on that note, I'm pretty sure I was following Niche Gamer, am I? Unless it was another account or something that I lost before, well, during the Twitter purges. I'm pretty sure I used to. Well, either way, following. Right. It's amazing. It's called a protection racket, like mafia or things like that. It's because gamers, the demographic that they are trying to target, are kind of rebelling against the AAA games industry, which they spend a lot of money on consulting firms. You know, you could have saved that money first by not hiring consultancy firms. What else could you do? Oh yeah. Not hire a lot of retarded people for the HR department. Actually, just cut it out entirely. Not hire retarded ultra-far leftists who will just be a drain on your resources and will do diddly-iddly fucking squat. And leave all the weight to the actual people who could, for instance, do the work. But here we are seeing the consequences of their own actions. As you know and recall, before I continue in Pcgamer, VGC Xbox claims mass layoffs were the outcome of concerning lack of industry growth. Maybe it's related to people, as you can see here, maybe it's related to people not interested in the garbage that they are trying to sell. Hey, I'm pretty sure... Remember, I'm pretty sure you guys must remember Starfield, which was a total shit, made by a Microsoft studio, which is Bethesda now. They used to be independent, but you know. And that one was a massive failure. I'm not even interested in that game for some reason. I mean, even the last Fallout game, not Fallout 76, it is 70. I'm not counting that, but even the last game they released by themselves, that is a single-player game and not an MMO, I felt interested. I felt like, this seems like an interesting world to explore. In Starfield, I look at the world and I don't feel like they need to explore. I don't feel like they need to go over that hill and see if there is anything behind it. or if there is some treasure, or if there is something for me to go and check it. Oh, goddamn fucking, it's a goddamn fucking moth, and it needs to be killed. So in that regard, it needs to go to a trailer right now.
Chosen knight, we are born of sin and crime. We are repentance personified. We are immortal. We are legend. We are God's wrath made manifest. And we know no fear.
I'm back, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah. All right. So, here we go and cover Pcgamer. Phil Spencer blames capitalism for games industry woes. I don't get the luxury of not having to run a profitable growing business. I don't think he actually blames capitalism. Did he actually blame capitalism? Or... Yeah... No. Did not. Yeah, possibly adding words into him because, well, socialism. But don't worry, if this was socialism, Microsoft wouldn't exist. Publications like Pcgamer would also not exist. People like the writer of this article here would actually spend more time farming. Doing some backbone farming to feed the, well, the upper echelon of the socialists than actually writing retarded articles wishing for socialism. This is the thing with socialists. They never realize that they're the ones who are going to, well, either going to the wall or spend their entire lives in farms without a lot of machines to aid them. That's what socialism is. It has always been like that. Hey, ask a Cuban. See how much fun they're having in Cuba right now. Anyway, let's cover the article. Show me. After a lot of wrangling with regulators, Microsoft recently spent $69 billion with a B to acquire Activision Blizzard. Why billion with a B? Oh, Jesus Christ! This doesn't cover well with writing. Andy, learn how to write, please. After which almost immediately cut 1,900 jobs across its gaming business. Not great news for anyone unless perhaps you own Microsoft stock. No, actually it's great news for me too, because we know... I just don't care much of the stuff that they are making lately. It's just... In an interview with Polygon about the driving force behind layoffs at Microsoft across the industry, Xbox boss Phil Spencer pointed the finger at, well, really just capitalism in general. Ah, there you go, you're just making shit up, as usual. So tiring, so tiresome with these games journalists. Well, after all, it's Pcgamer who suggested that well, there was communism never brought anything negative elsewhere, and it was just a made-up thing at the communist scare, just a made-up thing by capitalist governments to oppress their people. Just made-up stuff. It's not like, well, You had terrorist attacks, underground, the weather underground movement, and all of those things. The civil war that Soviet Russia, well, Russia itself funded. Just made up stuff. Right, look at this. I don't get the luxury of not having to run a profitable growing business inside of Microsoft. Of course you can't have that luxury. Have you thought maybe not to use, well, retarded ESG and DEI, which is didn't earn it, retarded stuff? Have you thought about that? You could, if you make some certain cuts, especially on those departments. You would do a very good, very profitable business, because people, not only will you be making good games and on time, you would also making a lot of profits, because people are just goddamn fucking tired of it. Here it is, why from the Park Place. Microsoft recommends game developers questions if female characters wear proper clothing and if games are reinforcing any negative gender stereotypes. See? This is why you're losing money. Look at the side-shaved head woman on the Indiana Jones games that Machine Games is making, which incidentally is subsidiary of Bethesda, which incidentally is also subsidiary of Microsoft. See, stop this nonsense and you're gonna make games. And you're going to make money. Why is it so damn difficult for these people to understand? It's not rocket science. It's very simple. It's not that complicated. But apparently it is complicated. For some reason, told you, not complicated. But it is for these people. Very complicated. Well, on that regard, let's go and continue. Questions to consider. Are you telling new stories or sharing new perspective within the new product, within the product experience? Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't you people have better things to do than trying to ruin the stories and games and all that stuff? Don't you have anything, well, You know what? Why don't you fire those 1,900 people that you fired? You know, you could fire all of the people who are related to DEI and, well, HR departments and all those people who are out there for consultancy and trying to run games. Why don't you fire those people? Profit. Easy as peasy. Ah, well. On that goddamn fucking hell. No wonder we don't respect games journalists. Because look at this shit. This is how it works. Capitalism capitalizes. And if that shark stops swimming, it dies. This is Pcgamer. Folks, Pcgamer saying this. And they don't realize why you games failed. Forspoken, that was a total failure, wasn't it? South of Midnight, yeah, that one is not looking good. Not looking good. Not looking good for a possible total failure. Oh well, on that goddamn fucking hell, have a great fucking night. And remember, fuck you, YouTube, fuck you.